What's up, everybody? My name is Paul Davis Griffin. I'm single, I can cook, and the only things I do in my spare time are sleep and play Skyrim. Form a line, ladies, except for don't expect me to get through it very quickly, because I'm trying to play some Skyrim. Just let me get through this dungeon, okay? Damn, you never care about the things I want to do. Last edition, I made a video about the Mandel Effect, and, wow. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I did not expect this. Now let me clarify for anyone who might be a little bit confused. These are not my followers, okay? This is not you guys. These are people who have been binge watching Mandela Effect videos for the past 2 hours and just found the first person on YouTube who disagrees with them. And I think the most ridiculous part about this whole thing is the fact that a lot of these people are mad because they think that I called parallel universes a stupid conspiracy. I didn't even say anything about the possible existence of parallel universes. All I said is that it's really fucking stupid to cite as your source the title of Sex and the City. And it is stupid. It's really stupid. I stand by that. Let's try to learn something from this whole experience, right? I mean, let's not let an opportunity like this pass us by. Here we can see the two stereotypical types of YouTube comments. Here we have, with no periods, "You fucking judgmental dumbass, this is actually true, the Mandela Effect is real, you dumb fuck. You're the one and only person that doesn't remember it is Luke, fucking idiot, just kill yourself." Delicious comment. And then here we have, "You should let your mustache grow." Man, wouldn't that make this channel dapper as fuck? Ooh. I'll think about it. Whatever, I thought it was a pretty good video, and I hope that this one can be equally pretty good. This week's topic comes to you from Lynette Checo, who wants me to talk about the fake moon landing. Oh, you got it, Lynette! I am so about that! I chose this topic because it's somewhat similar to the Mandela Effect. I knew I'd be talking about it, and I thought it'd be strange if I did a complete 360. What's up, everybody? The Mandela Effect! I don't believe in it, and 30% of you think I'm Hitler. Welcome to 31 Facts About Dogs! Everybody loves dogs! Weird, right? You see how that doesn't work? I mean, maybe next time I can talk about Chinese food or something else delicious, but for now, let's just move forward. In the late 50s, between the US and the USSR, tensions were pretty high in more ways than one. Not only were they high politically and militaristically, but technologically, space travel had just gone from science fiction to more of a possibility. And with this new technology, it ushered in an era of what can only be described as a multi-continental pissing contest to see who could get to space first, and therefore prove that they had the best technology in the world. Arguably the greatest pissing contest of all time, who could piss themselves straight to the moon! Which, by the way, is no easy task. That's roughly 239,000 miles there and back on one tank of gas, and for those of you keeping score at home, that's really fucking far! We call this period of technological advancement the space race, which all started when the USSR launched the first satellite into orbit in 1957. The craft was manned by a Russian dog named Laika, who may or may not have wanted to go to space. Laika couldn't speak English, nor did she have a brain capable of understanding the concept of traveling to space, so your guess is as good as mine. Side note, I understand why scientists launch animals into space. They want to see if living animals have any sort of adverse effects to the new environment. But why do you have to keep launching such lovable creatures into space, like dogs and monkeys? Considering there's a high probability that that creature's gonna die, can't we just launch something no one gives a shit about? Like a single lobster? Or the Kardashians? Okay, knowing me, I could get stuck on animals in space all day. Let's move forward. A year after the USSR's successful orbit, the United States responded by launching a satellite of their own. A year after that, the USSR launches Luna 1, which becomes the first man-made object to successfully orbit the sun. The United States launches the first weather satellite in 1960, and in 1961, the USSR does the unthinkable. They launched the first man into space. His name was Yuri Gagarin, and he made a full orbit around the Earth before returning safely back home. Landmark achievements like this went back and forth for quite a while until 1969, when the United States launches Apollo 11, making Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong the first men to ever lay foot on a landmass off of Earth's surface. The moon, guys! It's the moon! You still with me? I know there's a lot of dry information. Of course, the United States and the USSR continue to make improvements in space technology since then, but this, for all intents and purposes, marks the end of the space race given the technology that was available at the time. However, it didn't take very long for conspirators to start coming forward saying that the United States government lied and that we never actually went to the moon in the first place. Nothing of this technological magnitude had ever been accomplished before, leading some to believe that we simply did not have the technology in 1969. And if you're looking for incentive as to why NASA might falsify their accomplishments, their need to outperform the USSR during the height of the Cold War is definitely up there.
My fellow Americans,
After years of spending your hard-earned tax dollars and saying that America is smarter and better than every other country, we realize this space thing just isn't gonna work out for us. It sucks up there anyway, you know, it's nothing but empty space and burning gas, you know, and shouldn't we be focusing on the economy? No. When you hype something that much, you do one of two things. You either do it, or you lie and you say that you did it. Not only was the incentive there, but people started finding ways to debunk the footage, and in more ways than one, I might add. First off, there's clear evidence to suggest that these photos have been manipulated. Just look at this one from the moon's surface. You can clearly see the landscape in front of the astronaut and the reflection of his visor. However, if you take a few extra seconds, you might find something is missing. Like a camera? I mean, how does this picture even exist? Unless it's been altered in some way. And speaking of details that seem to be missing, look at the sky. Where are all the stars? You're on the moon, which has no human light pollution, meaning that sky should be motherfucking poppin'. And finally, as far as confusing imagery goes in these photos, can someone explain to me why that flag is waving in the wind? Last time I checked, the moon is a desolate fucking Cocoa Puff in the middle of nowhere with no atmosphere and, oh right, no wind! And then the final nail was drawn into the coffin when NASA accidentally taped over the original high-definition footage of the moon landing. Are you serious? Because of that incident, the only footage that survives from the event is the live footage that they broadcasted on TVs that looked like Easy Bakes. As if all of this already wasn't enough reason to start doubting the moon landing, conspiracists point out the fact that it's really easy to fake low-gravity movement when you take regular gravity footage and you put it into slow motion. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I think this one's about wrapped up. I think we got all the information we need to know about this subject. Actually, quite the opposite. This is actually where it starts to get interesting. Technology was nothing to joke about in the late 1960s. Typewriters and landlines might not seem very impressive to you, but just keep in mind the scope of that at the time. In the late 1960s, we as humanity undeniably had the technology to create powerful propulsion engines. We were also able to make airtight chambers that would make surviving in space possible. America undeniably had the funding and the resources to take on such a project, as well as the mathematical prowess to calculate it. Humanity undeniably had the ability to generate and store the resources needed for the trip, including oxygen and water. However, one piece of technology was missing from 1969, one that makes this whole conspiracy fall apart at the seams. Cameras! We as humanity weren't very good at making cameras yet. Film cameras are a lot like photography cameras, both are made to create an image, except for while a photography camera is made to just make one image, film cameras take a bunch of them, hundreds or even thousands, then they play those in rapid fire to create the illusion of movement. That means in order to create the slow motion effects that we'd previously mentioned, your camera would need to take twice as many images as it normally would in order to create that illusion of movement. Otherwise, your film would look messy and obviously tampered with, like this. That means that at the time of the moon landing, there was no camera in existence that could realistically slow down the footage to make it look like it was in low gravity. The only way that this footage in 1969 could be real is if it was filmed on location at a site with real low gravity. And can anyone tell me what the closest location is to the United States that has low gravity? It's the moon, guys. It's the fucking moon. We've been talking about this for a long time now. I hear what you're saying, guys. Paul, you can't expect us to suddenly believe that the moon landing's real. You just gave us 4 reasons why it's fake. I just said those ones because those are the most popular excuses as to why people think it's fake. I did mislead you, however. I'll admit that was rude, and I apologize. But I will do my very best to quickly and efficiently explain away all your cares and worries on the topic. Here we go, let's do this. That flag isn't waving, guys. It's just slowly settling into its new low-gravity environment after being forcefully spiked into a mound of moon dust. There aren't any stars in these photos because the sunlight bouncing off the moon's surface is actually incredibly bright. So why those astronauts have those snazzy visors. Oh, and that one where the camera's missing from the reflection of the astronaut's visor, that's because the cameras are actually built into the spacesuit, guys. They're mounted on the chest. These guys flew all the way to the moon. Okay, you think they're gonna send them up there with a fucking Polaroid camera? Shut the fuck up. Lastly, NASA actually taped over the moon landing footage because NASA's fucking stupid. I'm sorry, guys. That one's actually true. Case in point. In 1969, humanity definitely had the technology to fly to the moon. However, ironically enough, in 1969, humanity did not have the ability to fake the moon landing. People went to the moon, humanity's smart and awesome. Get over it, you nerds! I'd be worried that I'm coming across as insulting, but considering I am technically calling your entire species smart and amazing, get under yourself. I don't think that's how that works. And I think that's where I'm going to cut myself off today, guys. I actually had a hard time writing this one. It's a lot of dry information. I had a hard time adding comedy to it. It's been a long week. Look, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. If you like this video and you have a topic you want to hear me ramble about aimlessly, you can let me know in the comment section, or you can let me know on my Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram account. Those links are in the description, motherfuckers. Thanks for joining me today, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, and prepare yourselves for some more angry comments from people who just absolutely hate me because space travel's real. Don't be mad at me, guys. Be mad at 1969 NASA for being so good at science. Damn it, NASA. Whatever, guys. I'm gonna go bake some Christmas cookies or something. Look, remember that junk food is only ever bad for you when it's not a holiday. Remember that, okay? I live by that rule. Bye, guys. Many of those denying Mandel Effect who are perpetrating psyops to convince those experiencing Mandel Effect that the whole Mandela Effect phenomena is something orchestrated by the government to manipulate the masses. Confabulation is pure psychobabble. Another favorite is Occam's razor. Occam's razor. Ooh, look, I'm smart. I said Occam's razor. My favorite is, what is easier to believe, that we have shifted into a parallel universe or that you got it wrong? Well, yuck. If you put it like that, I must have got it wrong. Yuck. Runners up, the mind likes to fill in the gaps, the brain is fragile, memory is faulty, you need to check your meds, logos and product names change all the time, you looked at it wrong, you misremembered, that isn't even a word, you didn't pay attention, you are stupid, you should go back to school, it has always been that way, looked that way, sounded that way, did I leave anything out? Yes, that the world has changed, and if you can't see it, that means there is something seriously wrong with you. Yes, that's right, there is something seriously wrong with you. That is the question you should be asking. Why, with all that is going on, you are denied the ability to witness the spectacle around. So all of you who are purposefully misleading others about the reality shift phenomena, go climb back up the ass that shit you out. Are you okay, man? You know, I only ask because I'm getting a lot of anger vibes here, and I'm starting to really doubt if any of them are directed towards me or not. And like, is everything okay at home? You know, did your girlfriend leave you or something? It's not my place. It's not my place. But my point is, I'm here to talk if you need me. You know, I'm always here to talk. That's all I'm saying. One thing though, are you implying that I work for the government?